expands. The more you give, the more you get. Krishna has a special soft spot in his heart for those devotees who like to explain his philosophy to the other devotees. He says that never would there be a devotee as dear to me as him. So, if you really want pleasure, if you really want to get the benefits of the esoteric teaching, spread this teaching to others, and you will see immediately you will get so much mercy from Krishna. It's very, very nice. Take responsibility for spreading Krishna's message, and Krishna will reward you beyond your ability to receive it. You feel like you're in an ocean of mercy, and you can only drink one drop at a time. So our ability to even absorb Krishna's reciprocation is limited, but his mercy isn't limited. So grab yourself a piece of that mercy and share it. That's what this is all about. So, how are we doing? Do we have any questions? No questions?
1 hour, 10 minutes.
I can't believe it. No questions. No questions?
We're finished.
Huh?
We're finished.
I'm finished talking about this. There's still more Anarthas to cover, and we'll cover those in later sessions. No questions, huh? Okay.
I do that.
Okay. Grab the mic.
You mentioned that if you desire for mukti, you won't get any benefit because you just merge your whole entire existence into the effulgence.
Yeah, Sayuja Mukti it's called.
And you mentioned that in order to have pleasure or consciousness, there are 3 things you need to have: subject, object, and the relationship.
Yeah.
But I also remember that, and you also mentioned that you can't have it from your own self. You can't have those things. But you can't have this kind of relationship from when you contemplate your own soul, right? Or this pleasure. Or,
why not?
Or yourself. This is what I. This is where I get confused. When you mentioned that you merge your entire existence into the effulgence,
yeah.
But at the same time, because there's no relationship with anyone, there's no object.
Right.
But at the same time, if you contemplate your own self.
At the same time? You mean at the time of liberation?
No, I mean when you contemplate yourself, you receive pleasure from it. The soul
when
itself.
When you contemplate your consciousness.
Your consciousness,
yeah,
yes.
Your soul.
You receive pleasure from that.
Yeah, right.
So does that mean you actually have to go deeper than the effulgence before you can actually...
Deeper?
There are different stages of liberation or realizations, right? The Brahman...
You mean beyond Brahman realization?
Beyond
no, that is Brahman realization. When you contemplate yourself, when you realize yourself as Brahman, as pure consciousness, that is Brahman realization.
Mm-hmm. Now...
But in that state, one is both the subject and the object,
so you
and
can
has a relationship with oneself.
Okay.
The duality, or actually the Trinity, is still there.
Okay. That's where I was confused, so
yeah.
I thought
in
it
mukti,
was... Okay.
those distinctions or the relationship is erased.
Mm-hmm.
If everything is one...
Oh, okay, so it's really up to the desire of the individual soul.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
As always.
As always.
Desire and intention are what determine the result of everything that we do. You know, so we can do the same thing, but with a different intention, and it gives a different result. Depends on what we want. Content and context. Content and context. The meaning of any particular content is always determined by the context that we hold it in. So if we're holding this meditation on consciousness as a means of attaining final, liberation, it has a different effect than if we hold the same type of meditation in the context of Brahman realization on the way to Paramatma and Bhagavan realization. You see? Then it's not Sayuja Mukti anymore. Then it's just Brahman realization. And it does not produce the same result of spiritual suicide. Instead, it gives us life.
So basically, just the intention is the most important thing. If the intention of
it's all important. Everything, all the elements are important because they all three determine what is the actual result. See, if we say that I want to contemplate the nature of my own consciousness, in order to attain what? You see? It's just like if I save up money in my bank account, for what purpose? Do I want to buy a car? Do I want to buy a house? Do I want to take a trip somewhere? Do I want to buy some new clothes? What's the purpose I'm saving for? You see? So similarly, when we do any kind of spiritual process, we have to understand, we have to know in advance, why am I doing this? What do I want to get out of it? What is the aim? What is the intention? It's like a bank account. It's the same thing. We're storing up energy in a certain way, storing up impressions in a certain way. One of the values of those impressions, or one of the factors included in those impressions, is why are we doing this process? What is the result we're trying to get out of it? We should determine the result before we begin the process and think of the result as we perform the process, and then we get that result. See, well, a lot of people just perform spiritual activities more or less mechanically without thinking what the result is that they want to attain. And then they don't get any result and they wonder why.
Yeah, they can't go beyond their minds. It's like they're just
you can't go beyond these three factors. There's always these same three factors: the subject, the object, and the relationship. So if I perform some spiritual activity, which is I am the subject, right? The activity is the object, and the relationship is the purpose for which I do that process. I'm chanting my mantra. Why? Because I want to attain pure devotional service. You can chant the same mantra with the intention to attain Brahman realization. And that's what you get. Remember, the mantra, especially the name of God, is like a desire tree. Whatever you wish for is what you get. So you have to know before you start what is the optimum object, what is the ultimate attainment that you can get from that.
And while chanting, we should also contemplate on this.
Yes, of course. Yeah. There's more questions? No. Okay. Go ahead. Om Śrī Viṣṇusahasranāma uvacha Śrutva dharmana sheshena pavanani cha sarvashaha Yudhishthira shantanavam punareva bhyabhashata Yudhishthira uvacha Kimekam daivatam loke king vapyekam parayanam stuvanta caṅkhamarchanta prapnuyurmanavasubham ko dharma sarvadharmanam bhavata paramo mataha king japan muchyate jantur janma samsara bandhanat. Śrī Viṣṇusahasranāma jagat prabhum deva devam anantam puruṣottamam stuvam nama sahasrena purusha satatotthitaha tameva charchayam nityam bhaktya purusham avyayam dhyayan stuvam namasyanscha yajamanastameva cha Anadi nidhanam Vishnum Svargaloka maheshwaram Lokadhyaksham stuvan nityam dukkatigo bhave.